Key principles for HTA. Methods of HTA. Principle 5. HTA should incorporate appropriate methods for assessing costs and benefits. In the Philippines, the Health Technology Assessment Unit of the Department of Health has established a baseline reference case that those conducting HTA can refer to. This is to try and ensure that clarity over what is appropriate and good standard methodology is established. A particular unit may conduct HTA across a number of disease areas, and yet each study will utilize a number of well-established economic evaluation methodologies and stages, which conform to the DOH-HTA guidelines. Such guidelines also help inform researchers as to the expectations of undertaking an HTA, and the skills and expertise it requires. This will allow them to ensure that only those who are adequately trained and informed conduct the assessments. Furthermore, given that methodologies constantly evolve, the guidelines are updated to reflect these changes, and that the methods are always fit for purpose. Principle 6. HTAs should consider a wide range of evidence and outcomes. An HTA should capture all relevant outcomes, and whilst randomized clinical trials are viewed as gold standard of available evidence, there are multiple limitations associated with them, for example, unable to capture long-term impacts, and results are not always generalizable for the wider population. There is a need to incorporate evidence from other study types, however, researchers must accommodate for the possibility of bias in the findings. This will ensure that all associated costs and benefits are accounted for in the assessment, providing a truer and more representative cost-effectiveness estimate. Principle 7. A full societal perspective should be considered when undertaking HTAs. Drummond et al. Suggests that HTAs should be conducted with a societal perspective, in order to avoid distorted clinical decisions and health policies, resulting from adoption of narrower perspectives used by various healthcare system stakeholders. Principle 8. HTAs should explicitly characterize uncertainty surrounding estimates. Those conducting HTA should remember that all data sampled and included as evidence is subject to errors, and its interpretation may also subject to human error or bias. Furthermore, any methodology chosen for analysis has the possibility of bias and limitations. In order to overcome these, findings of HTA should include sensitivity analyses, which define the robustness of the results. Principle 9. HTAs should consider and address issues of generalizability and transferability. Diseases and ill health, how they respond to the technology or healthcare service or good being assessed, will be highly variable from person to person. Consequently, an HTA benefits from including a thorough examination of how transferable and generalizable the findings are, across different populations and locations. Limitations of the findings should be clearly stated and acknowledged. One key reason that economic analyses are highly vulnerable to these issues is because, unlike clinical analyses, it is rare that the population samples of the studies are designed predominantly for economic analyses. However, should results vary across two different population groups or locations, understanding the cause for the variation can provide great insight to the study.